following a regular season that saw Lane Hutson post 66 assists. Mike, it's his shot that's the difference in this one.
You don't think about Lane Hutson and his offense or his goal scoring and a big shot. He does it with his feet, he does it with positioning, with cleverness, but not with just an overwhelmingly powerful shot. But when he needed it, he found it, and in a very different plus, leans on it and finds somehow a seam. Now, good luck trying to find this puck.
Nobody saw this coming. A rookie just stepped onto the biggest stage and flipped the entire series in seconds. Lane Hutson didn't just score. He shocked an entire arena, silenced the Tampa Bay Lightning, and changed everything for the Montreal Canadiens. But what really happened in that overtime moment? And why are fans saying this could decide the whole series? This was not just another playoff game. This was pressure, tension, and everything on the line. The Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning came into Game 3 tied in the series. Both teams knew this game could change everything. And from the very first minute, you could feel the intensity. The game started fast, but also very tight. Both teams played strong defense. Every shot mattered. Every mistake could cost the game. The Lightning, known for their experience, tried to control the pace. They moved the puck well and created chances. But Montreal did not back down. They stayed calm and matched every move. As the game went on, both teams traded goals. No one could pull ahead for long. The goalies on both sides made big saves. It felt like a battle where nobody wanted to blink first. Fans were on the edge of their seats because it was clear this game was going to be decided by one big moment. Montreal showed something special in this game. Even when under pressure, they stayed focused. Their young players stepped up. They played with energy and confidence. This is important because playoff games are not just about skill. They are about mindset. And the Canadiens showed they were ready for the moment. On the other side, the Lightning kept pushing. They used their experience to create dangerous chances, but something was missing. They could not finish when it mattered most. That gave Montreal just enough space to stay alive in the game. As the final minutes of regular time ticked away, the score was still tied. The tension in the arena kept rising. Every pass, every shot, every second felt bigger. And then the buzzer sounded. The game was heading into overtime. One shot, one mistake, and it would all be over. The Montreal Canadiens stayed calm, but you could see the tension in every movement. The Tampa Bay Lightning were also pushing hard, trying to use their experience to win it quickly. Then came the moment no one will forget. The puck moved quickly across the ice. Montreal gained control and started building a play. And right there, in the perfect position, was Lane Hutson, a young rookie in the biggest moment of the game. Most players would panic. Most players would hesitate, but not Hutson. He stayed calm. He read the play perfectly. As the puck came to him, he didn't waste a second. He took the shot with confidence and power. The puck flew past the goalie, and just like that, it was over. Goal. The crowd exploded. Teammates rushed onto the ice. Hutson had just scored the overtime winner. The Canadiens won 3-2. And in that one moment, everything changed. This was more than just a goal. This was a statement. A rookie had stepped up under the biggest pressure and delivered when it mattered most. Fans could not believe what they just saw. Social media started blowing up instantly. Everyone was talking about Hutson. For the Canadiens, this goal meant everything. They now lead the series 2-1. More importantly, they gained momentum. In the playoffs, momentum can decide a series, and right now, Montreal has it. For the Lightning, this loss hurts. They had chances to win. They had control at times, but they could not finish. Now, they are under pressure. If they lose the next game, they could fall behind 3-1. That is a very hard position to come back from. And now, all eyes are on the next game. Can the Lightning respond like a champion team, or has this moment changed the entire series? One thing is clear, Lane Hutson is no longer just a rookie. He is now the player everyone is watching. And if he can do this again, this series might already be slipping away.
Yeah, I feel fine. Obviously, it's progress, and there's a timeline, and you kind of have to follow that. So, but all in all, I feel pretty good, and it's just one day at a time.
What was the first day you were on the ice? We were told you were going to be on the ice by yourself.
How was it?
No, how was it, and when was it? Yeah.
It was. When was it? It's a great question. Early last week.
Okay.
Was the first time, and just progressed from there, got better, and it feels pretty good right now. But obviously, there's many steps still to go.
Leon Draisaitl just broke his silence, and what he revealed is shaking the Edmonton Oilers at the worst possible moment as the playoffs are right around the corner. His words did not confirm a comeback. They raised serious doubt, the team says. They are ready. But one key detail changes everything. And now the biggest question is no longer about winning. It is about who will even be on the ice. Leon Draisaitl addressed the media as the Edmonton Oilers prepared for the Stanley Cup playoffs, but his update did not confirm a return. Instead, it introduced uncertainty around one of the team's most important players. He confirmed that he has resumed skating, but only in a limited capacity. He said, "I feel pretty good, but there is a timeline, and you kind of have to follow that. His recovery is progressing, but it is not complete." He explained that his first time back on the ice came earlier in the week. Since then, he has continued to improve step by step. However, he also stated that there are still multiple stages left before he can return to full competition. The Oilers have not provided a confirmed date for his return, and his comments supported that position. His availability remains uncertain, and that became the central issue.
I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, there's steps that I have to follow, and there's certain things that I have to be able to do, and I'm not there yet right now.
The focus shifted quickly to the start of the playoffs. When asked about Game 1, Draisaitl did not confirm that he would be ready. He said, "I do not know. We will see. I am not there yet." Right now, that statement made it clear that he has not reached full readiness. It also confirmed that his return depends on meeting specific physical and performance conditions, which are still in progress. He also addressed how the injury is being handled. He made it clear that not all injuries can be pushed through. He said that some situations require long-term thinking, not short-term risk. Medical staff are involved in every step. Decisions are being made carefully. The process includes both physical recovery and on-ice evaluation, and that slows down any immediate return. Draisaitl gave a direct explanation of the injury itself. He said, "This is not an injury that you force anything." With that statement confirmed that rushing back is not part of the plan. He also said he will reassess his condition later in the plan. Weak, depending on how he feels, he could return at the start of the playoffs or later in the series. No final decision has been made. He also noted that the team has shown strong stretches of play. He said there has been some really good hockey during this period. This indicates that the Oilers are still competing effectively even without one of their top players. However, he also acknowledged that consistency is still developing. That leaves room for improvement before the playoffs begin. Draisaitl explained that this style of play is something the team has been working toward all season. He said it is what we have been searching for all year that connects recent performances to long-term team goals. It also shows that the Oilers are adjusting their game as they prepare for postseason competition. Even while not playing, Draisaitl remains involved with the team. He said that watching games from the outside is difficult. He explained that it becomes more intense when games carry higher importance. However, he also noted that it is not easy to provide constant input from that position. The game looks different from outside the ice, and that limits how much he can influence during play. He said that if teammates ask for input, he will share his view. Otherwise, he allows them to play without interference. This reflects a balanced approach to leadership. He remains present, but does not disrupt the flow of the team that approach. Keeps the focus on players who are currently on the ice. When discussing playoff positioning, Draisaitl made it clear that the team is focused on finishing the regular season in a strong position. He said they want to stay near the top of their division. At the same time, he stated that the team is capable of playing in any situation. He confirmed that they can compete both at home and on the road without concern about location. He also addressed expectations inside the team. He explained that the Oilers are not looking too far ahead. Instead, they are focused on finishing the regular season properly and preparing step by step. This approach keeps attention on immediate performance rather than future outcomes. Draisaitl then made a statement about the team's readiness. He said he sees a group that is ready to go and wants to go on another run. That message reflects confidence inside the locker room. It shows that the team believes it can compete at a high level in the playoffs. However, his own status remains unresolved. He has returned to the ice, but not to full competition. He has not confirmed his availability for Game 1. The recovery process is still ongoing, and it includes both medical evaluation and personal assessment. As the playoffs approach, that uncertainty continues to shape the situation around the Edmonton Oilers.
Here's William Nylander from today on what he has seen this year and maybe what he thinks has possibly gone wrong with the Leafs.
You look back at it and go, you kind of wish the team had done something different, like played different, or I don't know. When you look back at it, do you see the mistakes that as they piled up, kind of?
I mean, I have like my thoughts about maybe some stuff, but I mean that's something I'm going to keep to myself.
Okay. So, yeah, Willie's not going to reveal it, not surprisingly, and I don't think he shouldn't just sit there and start throwing daggers.
Silence can be louder than anything, and William Nylander just proved it in a way no one expected. After a season full of pressure and criticism, he faced the media, and instead of explaining, he gave one cold sentence that instantly spread across the NHL. No details, no emotion, just silence. And now, that silence is raising questions no one can answer. Yet, the moment happened quickly, but it changed the entire conversation around the Toronto Maple Leafs. Reporters asked William Nylander a direct question about the season. It was a normal question. Players are asked this all the time, especially after a difficult stretch. Most players respond with simple answers. They talk about effort, mistakes, or what needs to improve. Nylander did not do that. He paused, stayed calm, and gave a short answer. He said, "Something I'm going to keep to myself." That was the full response. He did not add anything else. He did not explain what he meant. He did not go into details about the team or the season. The interview moved on, but the moment did not. This response quickly became a major talking point across hockey media. According to Sportsnet, Nylander chose not to explain where the season went wrong. The report confirmed that he declined to share his thoughts publicly when asked directly. That choice stood out immediately. Players usually give structured answers in these situations. They often say the team needs to be better or that small mistakes made a big difference. These answers are common. They are expected. Nylander's response did not follow that pattern. It was short, it was controlled, and it gave nothing away. Another report from Toronto Sun also highlighted this moment. The article explained that Nylander clearly has opinions about the season, but decided not to share them. The focus was not on what he said, but on what he chose not to say. That made the moment different. The Maple Leafs have been under heavy pressure. Expectations were high throughout the season. Media coverage has been constant. Players have faced repeated questions about performance, effort, and results. Nylander has been part of that environment. His response came during that pressure. It did not include frustration or anger. His tone stayed neutral, his words stayed limited. But the message was still clear. He was not going to explain his thoughts. That decision created a strong reaction. The reaction to that moment grew quickly, and the focus shifted from the team's performance to Nylander's response itself. Media coverage continued to highlight the same quote. The sentence, "Something I'm going to keep to myself," was repeated across broadcasts and articles. It became the main reference point in discussions about the Toronto Maple Leafs. This level of attention did not come from length or detail. It came from what was missing. According to Sportsnet, Nylander has often handled media in a controlled and private way. He does not regularly share deep internal thoughts in interviews. That pattern helps explain the response, but it does not fully remove the impact of the moment because the situation was different. The question was about a full season. It came during a period when the team was under strong public evaluation. In these moments, players are expected to give insight, even if it is limited. Nylander chose not to provide that insight. That choice became the story. Coverage from Toronto Sun emphasized that Nylander had thoughts on the season but decided not to reveal them. The article did not include any further explanation from him. The original quote remained the only direct comment. No follow-up changed that. Nylander did not expand on his answer in later interviews. He did not clarify what he meant. The single sentence remained unchanged. That consistency kept the focus on the original moment. The absence of detail continued to drive attention. In most interviews, players respond with repeated phrases. They talk about improving, learning, or moving forward. These responses create a predictable pattern. Nylander's response did not fit that pattern. It stood apart because it avoided those phrases completely. That difference increased its visibility. The quote continued to appear in headlines and discussions. Analysts referenced it when talking about the team. The response became part of a larger conversation about media interaction and player communication. But the content of the response never changed. It stayed as one sentence, delivered once with no addition. That is what kept the moment active in coverage. A single answer, without detail, without expansion, and without revision, remained at the center of attention, and even as the discussion grew, the original message stayed exactly the same. Connor McDavid just hit a number that changes how the NHL looks at him forever. One goal made history, but what happened seconds later shocked everyone watching. The crowd reacted, the bench stood up, and the league took notice. This was not just another milestone. Something bigger was unfolding on the ice, and the full impact was was only starting to become clear. Connor McDavid entered the game already, leading as one of the top scorers in the NHL. During the second period, he received the puck in open space and completed a scoring play that marked his 400th career goal. Official NHL records confirm that reaching 400 goals places a player into a rare group. Fewer than 100 players in league history have reached this number, and the pace at which McDavid achieved it drew immediate attention. The goal came during even strength play. There was no power play advantage. Game reports confirm that the Oilers were controlling possession during that shift. McDavid moved through the neutral zone, with speed entered the offensive zone, and finished the play with a clean shot past the goaltender. The moment was quickly confirmed by league tracking systems, and the broadcast displayed the milestone as it happened, but the sequence did not stop there. Shortly after scoring his 400th goal, McDavid scored again. This second goal became number 401. It happened in the same game within a short span of time. Reuters reported Connor McDavid hit the 400-goal milestone and added another as the Oilers secured the win. That update confirmed both goals as part of a single performance, and it shifted the focus from just the milestone to the speed at which he moved beyond it. The Oilers continued to apply offensive pressure after the goals. McDavid remained active in play, contributing to multiple scoring chances. Game summaries show that he recorded more than just goals, as he remained involved in puck movement and offensive setups. His presence on the ice continued to affect the pace of the game, and opposing defenders were forced to adjust their positioning. Career data shows that McDavid has reached every major scoring milestone at a fast rate. Since entering the NHL in 2015, he has consistently produced high numbers each season. He reached 100 goals, then 200, and then 300 in fewer games than many players in the modern era. The 400 goal mark follows the same pattern, and that consistency has been tracked across official league statistics, but this latest moment added a new level to the discussion. McDavid's current total places him among the top active goal scorers in the NHL. Updated league data shows that his scoring rate remains steady across seasons. He has not shown long scoring gaps, and game logs confirm consistent production year after year. This pattern has been a key factor in how quickly he reached 400 goals, and it continues to shape how teams prepare to face him. The Oilers system relies heavily on speed and puck control. McDavid plays a central role in that structure. In the milestone game, his goals follow the same pattern seen throughout his career. He carried the puck through the neutral zone, created space, and finished plays under pressure. Shot data from the game confirms that both goals came from high probability scoring areas, which reflects his ability to position himself effectively during offensive plays. Defensive matchups against McDavid often involve top defensive pairings. Opposing teams attempt to limit his time with the puck by closing gaps early and applying pressure in the neutral zone. Despite these efforts, recent game reports show that he continues to generate scoring chances at a high rate. His speed allows him to move past defenders quickly, and this factor was visible again during the milestone performance. Statistical comparisons place McDavid among the fastest players to reach 400 goals in the salary cap era. Historical data shows that many players who reach this mark go on to surpass 500 goals. Based on current scoring trends and age-related performance models, projections indicate that he remains on pace for higher milestones if production continues at the same level, and that projection has been included in multiple reports following the game. The timing of the milestone also aligns with the later stage of the regular season. Teams are competing for playoff positions, and performance during this period carries added importance. Game results show that the Oilers secured a win during the milestone match, linking individual achievement with team success. This connection has been noted in post-game coverage, as McDavid's scoring directly contributed to the outcome. Broadcast footage confirmed the exact moments of both goals. Commentators acknowledged the milestone in real time, and replays were shown across multiple angles. The sequence of goal number 400, followed quickly by 401, remained a central focus in coverage. This rapid progression changed how the event was viewed, shifting it from a single milestone to a broader performance moment that continued to draw attention after the game ended.
Ottawa Senators fans think they know what the Leafs lacked the most on the ice as they were chanting, "You need Marner, you need Marner," on the weekend. The question is, what do you think the Leafs actually need the most? A right winger for Austin Matthews, a right shot puck-moving D-man, or a power play QB, or perhaps a second-line center? There's a lot of options there, Cheryl.
They need a right winger for Austin Matthews. Ottawa fans know exactly what the Leafs need. Look, Matthews went from 69 goals to would have been over 40 last year if it had stayed healthy for all 82 games, and now to 27 goals this year. They need somebody to set him up.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are facing a moment that could change everything. Behind the scenes, pressure is building around one of their biggest stars, Mitch Marner. His name is now at the center of growing trade talk, fueled by contract weight and playoff results. At the same time, concerns around team form and key player performance are rising, and what happens next could reshape the entire franchise. The discussion around Mitch Marner has